Hey everybody, it's Britney, and today, oh my god, I'm coming at y'all with a conspiracy theory video. I have not done one of these in a very long time. The last time I did a conspiracy was like, probably a year ago now. God, it feels so weird. I feel like I'm getting old and everything, and it's just like, it's so much, but we shan't talk about that. So, today's conspiracy theory video, where I was thinking, the last couple of conspiracy theories I did, I don't know if I liked them all that much or not, but y'all seem to like them, and I was like, I was doing research the other night, just randomly, I was watching Supernatural, and I looked up Hellhound, because a long time ago I heard this weird dog noise, and I was like, is that a Hellhound? And then I just was like bored, and I was just like, I don't know. I looked it up, and I happened to come across this guy named Robert Leroy Johnson. And that's where the conspiracy starts. I'm suddenly Elmerford. Oh my god. I'm sorry if my voice sounds weird, by the way. I may be getting sick again, which if I am, oh, Jesus help me please, because I do not want. Does not want. But, so we're going to be talking about a few conspiracies today, but the first one we're going to be talking about is Robert Leroy Johnson, or just Robert Johnson. So, have all the information on my phone. That's why I'm holding my phone. And I have Kurt right here. My babe. The reason I wanted to talk about this was, once I looked it up, I was like, wow, this is really interesting. And it's like kind of creepy. Like, I literally wasn't able to sleep for a while that night. Like, I was reading all this stuff and I was just like, I have to stop. I had to make myself stop. It was literally scaring the hell out of me. Excuse my appearance today. I tried to make my makeup look like I tried, although very far from it. But I wanted to look at least just a little bit less crappy. So, points for trying. So, Robert Johnson was born on May 18th. No, that's not what I was trying to say. Born May 8th, 1911. And that was a very long time ago. That was literally the first of the 1900s. I feel like it doesn't, like, when you look at numbers, it doesn't feel like a long time, but when you think about it, like, that is a very long time ago. Like, that's forever ago. And he died August 16th, 1938. And he was an American blues singer, songwriter, musician. He played the guitar, and apparently he was an amazing musician in America here and where I live. That was very awkward. Could have had a V8. Oh, I just about knocked myself out. Damn. Could have had a concussion. So, I'm sorry if I look down a lot, but I have to read some of this. But, anywho. Singing, guitar skills, and songwriting talent that had influenced later generations of musicians. And Johnson's shadowy and poorly documented life and death at the age 27 gave much to the legend that he sold his soul. So, where this begins, or supposedly what people think, I'm just looking at Wikipedia. I can link this down below. So, his years active, he lived in Hazelhurst, Mississippi, or was born in Hazelhurst, Mississippi, and died in Greenwood, Mississippi. His genre was Delta Blues. Instruments he played was guitar, vocals, and harmonica, but mostly known for guitar and his vocals. And his years active was 1929 to 1939. I need glasses. Yes, okay, 1929 to 1939. Alright, 1938. Okay, sorry. Which is, like, also kind of strange. Like, let me just say this real quick. Like, 1929 to 1938. That is 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38. That's almost 10 years. And it just reminds me of Supernatural, which we will talk about soon, but it's weird, you know? It just seems weird. He was active for 10 years before he died, strangely, you know? It's just 27, you know, I don't... Whew. That's just, if I think about it too much, it'll just about drive me crazy, but I have to, like, turn it off after I think about it. I literally, the other day when my mom asked me for a hair bow, I was like, I don't got one, I can't find one. I have one right on my wrist. Bitch, I forgot. After the reissue of his recordings in 1961 on the LP King of the Delta Blues Singers, his work reached a wider audience. Johnson is now recognized as a master of the blues, particularly of the Mississippi Delta Blues style. He is credited by many rock musicians as an important influence. The blues and rock musician Eric Clapton, which sounds familiar to me, I don't know who that is, but sounds very familiar, has called Johnson the most important blues singer that ever lived. So, the part of where he sold his soul. Also, he was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in its first induction ceremony in 1986 as an early influence on rock and roll. Like I said, his early life, he was born in Hazelhurst, Mississippi, it says possibly, on May 8th, 1911 to Julia Major Dodds. So another strange thing that people think that are connected to his selling the soul is that he had his wife who died in childbirth shortly after giving childbirth, and people said that or told the blues surviving relatives of Virginia told the blues researcher Robert McCormick that this was a divine punishment for Robert's decision to sing secular songs known as "Selling Your Soul to the Devil." So it's just, I don't know. I do not know, but I'm just telling you a story. So, I don't know. I hope I'm doing this well. I don't know. I haven't done a conspiracy in forever. But anyway, so the whole selling his soul thing. The reason... Did I just hit puberty? So apparently, when he was doing these recordings, he would do it facing the wall for whatever reason. The reason that he said behind it was called, like... What was it? Corner loading. Which makes sense to me because when I sing, if I record singing, I try to do it in a way where it puts my voice back at me too. Does that make sense? Like me and the microphone, like me and the, I don't know, but it makes sense. But anywho, he recorded facing a wall for that reason apparently. And among the songs Johnson recorded in San Antonio were "Come On In My Kitchen," "Kind-Hearted Woman Blues," I believe "I'll Dust My Broom," and "Crossroad Blues." So it starts with Crossroad Blues. So with the conspiracy theory, people say that he went to a crossroads in Mississippi, and apparently what they said is he met the devil there, or a demon, and it is said that he handed his guitar to this demon, or devil, and he tuned the guitar for him and gave it back to him. And the way it sounds to me is he asked for, this was also an episode of Supernatural, which again I'll talk about in a moment, but sounds to me like he asked for talent to play the guitar rather than fame, which makes sense towards the end of his life. And so in 1937, shortly before his death, he traveled to Dallas, Texas for another recording session with Don Law in the makeshift studio at the Vitagraph, Warner Brothers, building at 508 Park Avenue, and where Brunswick Recorded Corporation was located on the third floor, blah, blah, blah. 11 records from this session will be released within the following year. Johnson did 2 takes of most of these songs, and recordings of these takes survived, but because of this, there is more opportunity to compare different performances of a single song by Johnson than any other blues performer of this time and place. Johnson recorded almost half the 29 songs that made up his entire discography in Dallas. I can't talk. So his death. He died on August 16th, 1938 at the age of 27. Again, 27. Like, why is that just, I don't, who? I sometimes wonder if I look back at other musicians and look back maybe 10 years or so, see if like they hit fame 10 years before and then died 10 years later. I don't know. Just maybe I should. I don't know. I'm scared. But it is said of unknown causes. Several different accounts have been described. The events preceding his death. Johnson had been playing for a few weeks at the country dance in a town about 15 miles from Greenwood, according to one theory. Johnson was murdered. According to one theory, Johnson was murdered by the jealous husband of a woman whom he had flirted with. And an account by the blues musician Sonny Boy Williamson, Johnson had been flirting with a married woman at a dance who gave him a bottle of whiskey poisoned by her husband. When Johnson took the bottle, Williamson knocked it out of his hand, admonishing him to never drink from the bottle that he had not personally seen open. Johnson replied, "Don't ever knock a bottle out of my hand." Me. Soon after, he was offered another poison bottle and accepted it. Johnson is reported to have begun feeling ill the evening after, had to have been helped back to his room in early morning hours. Over the next 3 days, his condition steadily worsened. Witnesses reported that he died in a convulsive state of severe pain. The musicologist claimed to have tracked down the man who murdered Johnson and to obtain a confession from him in a personal interview, but he declined to reveal the man's name. I cannot talk. So, the reason, again, like they say that he sold his soul was the Crossroad Blues and those songs, but the last a song he recorded, like, near before his death was called Hellhound on My Trail. And what makes me think that this is possible that he did sell his soul is, I watch Supernatural. I love that show. It's one of my favorite shows ever. I watch it all the time. One of the things that with selling your soul is a hellhound comes to collect your soul, which is a really scary thing. And one of his last songs was Hellhound on My Trail. And I listened to this song, you guys. It kind of creeped me out just a little bit. I will play it for y'all real quick, just a little bit of it, but it sounds really creepy. Let me just look it up real quick, but it said that a hellhound will collect your soul if you sell your soul. And hellhounds, that is a whole other, I'll do a whole other video on hellhounds, but I just think that it is really strange, you know, like, hellhound on my trail, and then, like, almost a year later, or, like, the next year, within the next year or whatever, he dies. Connection? I feel there's one. Okay, thank you. I feel, do you feel this? Do you feel the connection with me? I don't know. Do you? I hope so. I hope I'm not alone on this. So I'm going to play a little bit of this for you. Can't play the whole thing, obviously, copyright reasons, but... it just makes me feel weird. Does that not give you a weird, like, when I hear that, it gives me, like, a weird feeling inside. I'm just like, ooh, do not want, take it away. Like, I do not like. I just think it's very strange. It is unknown the cause of his death, and I think that maybe it could have, but this was a very long time ago, so, you know, records aren't as good for that kind of thing, but, like, did they cover it up? Like, was it a cover-up? And I also have another little bit of a theory with it. What if, like, he was actually, what if he was the devil? Like, where I watch Supernatural, like, Lucifer rising and, like, being in the real world. I feel like, what if he was the devil and he used this as a way to get his name out there and get the word out there that you can go to a crossroads and sell your soul? Like, what if that was something that he used to get that out there so people would go try it and maybe it actually works? I would never. I'm too scared to try it. Like, I thought about trying it for a video. Do not ask me to do it because I'm not going to do it. I'm too damn scared. But, because if a devil pops up, it's all over. It's all over, baby blue. I'm sorry. It's not happening. Not today. Not today, Satan. Literally. But is that not strange? So my theory with this, I don't really know. Like, I literally have no idea. Like, there's no proof for it. But it does sound really strange. And I feel like it is possible that you could sell your soul for fame. It seems so possible. Because I believe in angels and everything. And I believe in hell and heaven. And another theory that I'm throwing in this, there's a couple other little theories I'm going to throw in as bonuses because I'm Britney, bitch. One of those theories is, you know how you get ringing in your ear sometimes? Like, you'll just hear a ringing in your ear. They say that that's like, I don't know what they say it's from, but I have a theory that maybe, because like Supernatural, when an angel is coming, like you hear a ringing, and what if when you hear a ringing in your ear, it's an angel speaking to you? God replying to you from prayer, or just God speaking to you, or something to do with an unknown entity speaking, and you just don't understand it because you don't understand that, you just don't understand what it means, but to you it's just a ringing in your ear. You can't see anything or anything, but what if it's an angel or something, and that's the ringing in your ear? They're speaking to you, or an angel speaking, or something like that. Does that make any sense to you? That was just a theory I came up with in my own head. Like, how do I think of these things? Like, I just thought of that, and I was like, what if ringing in your ears means that angel's talking to you? Like, that would be awesome. Like, I think that would be really cool. I wish, but like, you have no idea what they're saying, but maybe angels do speak to us. Maybe God does speak to us, but we don't understand, but we just hear it as a ringing in our ear. So, I'm not sure. Last little theory. Well, actually, I'll save this one for another video too. But I have a conspiracy theory about Supernatural anyway. But by the way, Robert Johnson, they have an episode in Supernatural that is about him too. So, and it has to do with that too, of him selling his soul and the Hellhound coming to get him and all of that. Like, Who knows? Who really knows? But what are your thoughts on this? Do you think that he sold his soul for fame? Because I kind of feel like he did. With all the Crossroads Blues and the Devil on My Trail and Hellhound on My Trail and Speaking of the Devil and all those songs that he had, like, I don't know. Or do you think that he possibly maybe was the devil and made these songs too? Because to me, I get a weird feeling when I hear these songs. And do you think that maybe he was actually like a demon or something, and he was just getting the word out there that you can go to a crossroads and sell your soul so that people will try it and happen? Or the last one was the ringing in your ears. Are y'all with me on the maybe it could be angels or God speaking to you, but you just don't understand? It's just a ringing in your ear. It's just, I don't know. Does any of this make sense? Am I crazy? I am crazy, but I don't know. Maybe I'm on to something. I'm not sure. Why do I keep doing this? But I'm going to leave y'all with that. I hope this doesn't scare you or anything, but I think it's just crazy. I don't know, but I'll see you guys later. If you want more conspiracy theory videos, let me know. I'm going to have a couple more planned, and I hope y'all like them. I hope I relay these very well. I'll try to do better. If there's any way I can improve this or whatever, just let me know, and I'll make it happen. But I love y'all. Let me know down below any conspiracy theories you would like to hear me talk about and research or anything like that. I would love to talk about aliens, supernatural, all kinds of stuff. I just would love to. And I'll see you guys later. I'm going to go. I'm going to stop rambling. So before you go, and if you want to, go ahead and take the time to subscribe. Become a member of the Britney Army today and give Kurt Cobain his rainbow wings. And I know that I'm extra, but y'all know that's why y'all love me. And all my social media will be down in the description box down below as always. And I'll see you guys later. Mwah. Bye, everybody.